Hello world, today we're working on a Volkswagen Jetta TDI, the 1.9 liter. Let's go ahead and disconnect the battery. You don't have to remove the battery, but I wanted a little bit more space just in case, so I decided to do that. There is a 13mm bowl holding the retainer that holds down the actual battery. So I'll take that bolt out and then you'll be able to see what I am talking about. Now here's that bolt and the retainer is right there. I just don't have enough room, but there it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And like I said, you don't have to remove it, but I did just to give me some more space. So pull the airbox up as it is on the rubber grommets. Then go ahead and you can either loosen or move it to the side. That hose clamp right there. Pull that intake hose back. Also be careful with this vacuum line right here. Wiggle that out. And then we're going to lift and twist a little bit. And before doing this, don't forget to disconnect the mass airflow sensor and that bottom vent hose down there. See. Here we go, mass airflow sensor. Ta-da. Alright, move that out of the way. Here we have our starter right by the shifting mechanism. Then go ahead and disconnect that signal wire and remove the nut for this positive wire. Now here it was a bit too rusty, so when I went ahead and tried to loosen it, it just broke off since it is housed in plastic and whatnot. So I am going to need that nut later. Actually no, I'm not going to need the nut later, but I need to take it off in order to reconnect the positive cable. Now here is one grounding cable held in by one nut, and this also happens to be the bolt that holds the starter up top. This harness clip, all you have to do is lift it up and it'll go out of the way. And also what it hooks up onto is also going to have to get removed. There's not much space up here, so if you do have an extension, I would recommend using it. This is going to be a, if I remember correctly, they are both the same for the top and the bottom. So here's the bottom, there's that bracket. Move that out of the way, and then we're going to use the main one. I like how my words aren't making total sense right now, but so 18mm, and the nuts holding them are either going to be 18mm, 17, or they can actually be a different size, since sometimes they get replaced by other different sized ones, you know. So this gives you the view of the bottom. You won't be able to see it unless you have the vehicle raised. And now back up top. It's one long bolt, so really two bolts just parallel to each other. And it is a big stuck on here, so just give it a few left taps, and off it comes. Now I need to remove this. So, oh, see, it broke again. Broke in 2 points. You can see it got hot. You can see the bolt was discolored right there. But anywho, we got that out of the way. The cable's free, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the new starter. There was an issue with this first install since there are four different starters for this vehicle, 2 for manual and 2 for automatic. So what I saw difference wise was just the connection for the solenoid. Not sure why they made it different, but I'm sure there was some weird reason. So I'm going to go ahead and install this upper bolt, not tighten it all the way. Excuse me. I am going to go ahead and install this lower bolt, and I will tighten it. Go and tighten up the upper one, and then double check that the bottom one is still tight. So here we go. I fixed the position of the starter to make sure it was sitting flush on the transmission housing. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this sucker up. And like I said, this is the view from the bottom, so that's tight. I'm going to go ahead and install the bracket. This is that bracket that holds the harness up front. The one that I said you just need to pull up. A lot of people are going to want to not reinstall it. I've seen some where it's just gone, but it is what it is, you know. So again, put that nut right there. So you will not be able to see this whatsoever from up top. And you can definitely loosen it from up top without being able to see it, but if your vehicle's not raised, then you're just going to have to kind of look a little bit blind, but you'll get the feel for it. Alright, moving on. Not the most comfortable position, and I can't get a full turn, so it doesn't tighten up very quickly. But that's done. Tighten up this upper bolt. Excuse me. Alright, so that's on there. Here is our grounding cable. Connect that there. Put this nut on there. And we're almost done. Yeah, so the process for the installation is going to be pretty much the exact reverse of the removal. Unless things break, then some things change. But pretty easy. Alright. Gonna remove this nut. So I can install this positive cable. Doesn't want to go in. There you go. That washer. Get the nut in. As you can see, the connector female is round. But the you'll see what I mean. Alright, whenever you're tightening this one, make sure if you are using anything bigger than a 1/4 inch ratchet, not to go too crazy, or else you'll end up breaking it, as I've seen and done. Alright, now let's connect this guy. But see, this is more of a square rectangle, that's a circle, so that's going to be a no-go. we're gonna have to do a change. So went ahead and changed out the starter. Now I have the right one. When you go ahead and install this, make sure you hear it click or you push it hard, because that will happen. You want to make sure that it's clipped on there properly, else you'll have other issues later down the line or a few minutes after you've been running the vehicle. Alright, so that's tight. Now back to reinstalling the intake box. Install that vent hose down below. Which I say breather hose. I swear there's so many names and people call them so many different things. Alright, so that's in. Press that down. Install the vacuum hose right here. And connect the mass airflow sensor. Don't forget this clamp. Sit that on there. Put the battery back into place. Put that retainer back on there, along with the bolt. And you can see it's down there. I didn't provide a visual earlier, and I should have, but here it is. This is what it's going to look like. And yes, you might need a flashlight because you can't see it.
There's a lot of people that don't put diesels on.
Connect that guy. Although don't smack it, especially with bare metal.
Just be dummy down.
Just like that. Yeah.
Not all readily available. That's why I like that Audi. There's a lot of these.
You have the rubber, now what?
But
That's always better.
I typically like doing videos that like aren't already there.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
Alright, make sure that's tight. There you go. No, just kidding. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Good.